You've done your due diligence and you've taken your time to select products that you believe should work really well for your skin, but you feel like you're still not getting the results. Maybe it has to do with your application. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to layer your skincare products to get the best results. Hello loves, welcome and welcome back. My name is Onyi Anekwe. This video is really going to be a short one. I just wanted to come here and talk about this. So I was having a conversation with a friend and she mentioned that she watched a video on TikTok, and in that video someone recommended applying her body oil first before applying her body lotion. And that got me really thinking, should body oils go before body lotions? That's what we're going to be talking about here. The funny thing is, no matter how expensive your products are, if you're not putting them on your skin the right way, you may even have reactions. You could have breakouts from using the right products, using them the wrong way. We'll talk about how to layer your body products first. You want to layer your water-based products first before you go on to layer the oil-based products. So just know that water comes before oil. It's basically simple. Imagine applying Vaseline on your skin or applying an oil on your skin. You realize that the oil kind of forms a protective coat. So when you're putting the lotion, it doesn't really penetrate. You're not getting the best results from that lotion. So you want to put your body lotion first, apply your body lotion first before going over it with the body oil. Which is the best way to apply your products? Do you want to be applying them on dry skin or on wet skin? Personally, when I take my shower, I always want to apply my body products first before going on to apply the products for my face. So the thing is, by the time I'm done with my body products, you realize that my face gets a bit dry. Now, if you want your products to penetrate really well, then you want to apply it on wet skin. If you're using products that contain very strong actives, you may want to apply them on dry skin. If you apply on a dry skin, it doesn't penetrate as deeply as when you apply it on a wet skin. So that's something to note. I kind of missed something. It's important that you understand how to layer your skincare products. You also need to understand the basic routine for your skincare products. So the first thing is you want to use a cleanser that goes well with your skin type. You then want to go on with your toners. Some people believe that toners are not important. And if you use an essence, you layer your essence, then your serums, your moisturizer, and if it's the daytime, you use your sunscreen. With your cleansers, ensure that you're getting a cleanser that works well for your skin type. That is like the base for your application. If you're applying your products on a dirty skin, you're not going to get any results. Instead, you might just end up clogging your pores. Now, with your toners, you can decide to use a toner pad, or you can just spray your toner on, or put it into your palm and dab it onto your skin, whichever one works well for you. So toners are a good way to wet your skin if you're the kind of person that likes to layer your body products first. So when you're done with your body products, just spray on your toner, apply on your toner, or use a toner pad to wet your skin. Or you may just want to go ahead and apply your skincare products. But remember, like I said earlier, if you're applying on a dry skin, it doesn't penetrate as deeply as when you're applying on a wet skin. So that's something to note. So the big question is, how do I layer my serums? I think that's where a lot of people really struggle. Which serum should go first? Some serums are like oil-based. Most serums are liquidy. The trick here is to layer the thinner products first before the thicker products. So thinner before thicker. Different people have different opinion on how this should go. Some people feel like you want to layer and then wait for it to dry up. Layer your products one at a time and wait for it to dry up. These products still get to mix up anyways. Last, they still get to mix up. But just ensure that you're applying the thinner ones first and then going over with the thicker ones. I look at it this way. If your major problem is hyperpigmentation and you're using a vitamin C serum, you want to go on to put your vitamin C serum first after you apply the toner. I like to use my hyaluronic acid serum first because I am big on hydration, and then what other thing I'm using comes afterwards. Now, there are serums that should be used during the day and those that should be used during the night. Vitamin C serum, for one, is best used during the day just because pairing it with your sunscreen during the day helps you get better results. But just know that vitamin C makes your skin sensitive to the sun, so you want to be using a sunscreen after using it, and sunscreens are meant to be reapplied after every 2 hours. Using the sun spray makes it easy for reapplication, but whatever, just ensure that you are reapplying your sunscreen so that you get the best results from your vitamin C. You see some products that contain retinol or contains some really strong actives, and it is written there that you can use it during the day or night. Trust me, if you're living in somewhere like Nigeria, do not use those products during the day, because although these products say you can use them during the day or at night, most of those products are manufactured in the Western world, and over here the weather is really very cold. You cannot compare the weather in the Western world to what it is in places like Nigeria. So if you know, you know, the heat, especially when you're living in places like Abuja, Majugui, and all those places, the weather is extremely hot. Please do not use those actives during the day. Even if it says there that you can use it during the day, you're going to have a lot of chemical reaction taking place on your skin, and the sun is going to deal with you properly. Like, the sun will roast your skin. You don't want that. Use these products at night and ensure that you're following up with a sunscreen during the day. There are other serums, like your niacinamide serum is a very fantastic serum. I like the serum because it works well with almost every other serum, right? Every other ingredient. So you can use your niacinamide during the day, you can use it at night. Vitamin C, best to be used during the day. Things like retinol, glycolic acid, lactic acid, azelaic acid, best to use at night, and use your sunscreen over it. Now, another thing, when you're buying your products, I know I'm like digressing a little bit, but I just have to mention this. Just because an ingredient is trending, everybody's using azelaic acid, or everybody's using niacinamide, does not necessarily mean you need it. If you're not treating that skin concern that requires that ingredient, please do not bother complicating your skincare routine and worsening your skin condition. If you do not have any skin concerns, just focus on products that will help to hydrate your skin and use your sunscreen. Basically, we've established 3 facts: wet or dry. You should know what you want. If you want a deeper penetration, use when your skin is wet. Secondly, your serums, you want to be applying the thinner ones before the thicker ones. Another thing is you want to go on with your liquids before your oils. If you want to reduce the effect of your tretinoin or your retinol, you may want to apply it after you've applied your moisturizer. So if you find that retinol or tretinoin react with your skin, maybe you want to consider applying after your moisturizer. Apply your moisturizer, apply your tretinoin, and then do another moisturizer layer over it, just to create that sandwich effect. That way you reduce the possible reactions that might come or result from using a retinol or tretinoin serum. When you're done with your moisturizer, you want to allow the product sit in a bit before you use your sunscreen. For the sunscreen, I recommend allowing your product to dry up a bit before you layer with your sunscreen, and that is during the day. Guys, you do not need to use a sunscreen at night. At night, you do not need a sunscreen. It is not important. It's just a waste of your product. Instead, you may want to consider slugging. Slugging is where you apply Vaseline. Vaseline is an occlusive. So what it does is that it protects everything that you've applied. It just seals it up. It's just like your icing on the cake that seals up everything, and it leaves it to stay down there. Like, imagine when you rub Vaseline on your skin. If you could try that, putting Vaseline, a coat of Vaseline over your skin, and then running your hand under a tap, you realize that the water is not able to penetrate. So when you use that Vaseline, it locks in all the goodies, everything that you've layered your skin with, it locks it in there, so it's able to really work and give your skin best result. Please do not slug during the day. It's not advisable for you to slug during the day. Slugging should be the very last thing you do, the very, very last thing, because like I explained, once you put that layer of Vaseline over your skin, nothing else can go in and nothing can come out. So if you layer something afterwards over the Vaseline, it's not going to be penetrating your skin at all. You want to do your slugging after you're done with applying every single thing that you want to apply. And if you have a really oily skin, I wouldn't recommend slugging. Just stay away from anything that will complicate your skin routine or block your pores if you have an oily skin. Another thing I find that people do, which I don't really understand, as in growing up, I used to see my auntie do that thing. Like, you buy products and you mix them together and keep them in a container, then you use from there. That's a really, really bad practice. That's a very bad practice. You shouldn't be mixing your products in a different container. First of all, hygiene wise, don't mix your products and then leave them to use later. Instead, focus on layering rather than mixing. Layer your products. Use this one and then use the other one over, using these techniques we've talked about here. So if you want to apply your body oil, you want that glow, apply your body lotion, then you can then go over it with your body oil. That's a better way to do it. Another thing to be mindful of is the fact that when you're buying products, buy the one that works for your skin type. Just the way you have CeraVe. CeraVe will make a cleanser for oily skin, dry skin, combination skin. So find the one that suits your skin type, because if you have a dry skin and you're using products that are suited for people who have oily skin, it's going to be tougher for your skin. So what happens is you're going to notice that you're either breaking out or your skin gets too dry. And if you have an oily skin and you're using products for dry skin, you may feel like, or you may notice that it's not working as much for you, and it could clog your pores and even make you break out. These products are formulated differently for a reason. So you want to ensure that you're buying products that are formulated for your skin type. Click on this link to learn about the best moisturizers for oily skin type. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.